At the beginning of the story, we see a fisherman named Solomon. Solomon has a small family, his wife, 2 young children, and an elder son, whom Solomon wants to educate and make a doctor. He does not want his son to become a fisherman like him. However, Solomon is extremely poor. One day, when his son's school ends, Solomon is bringing him back home. On the way, he tells his son that because of poverty, he himself could not study, but he promises that he will definitely make his son a doctor. While they are talking, Solomon notices members of a terrorist group advancing toward their village to attack it. Seeing this, Solomon grabs his son and runs toward the village as fast as he can. He reaches home and urgently tells his wife and children that they must leave immediately because terrorists are coming to attack them. He breaks the back wall of the house and sends his wife and children out through the rear path. Somehow, Solomon manages to help his family escape, but he himself is caught by the terrorists. The terrorists have captured many people and killed several others. This terrorist group even includes children who hate the government, and they kill anyone who supports it. The leader of the group is cutting off people's hands so they cannot vote for the government. When it is Solomon's turn and a terrorist is about to cut off his hand, the leader suddenly stops him. The leader notices that Solomon is strong and healthy, so they put him into a jeep and take him to a place where many laborers are searching for raw diamonds in a river. The terrorists brutally torture these laborers and force Solomon to work with them searching for diamonds. In reality, the terrorist group runs a business of raw diamonds. They exchange these diamonds for weapons to strengthen their army and fight the government. Armed terrorists stand guard over the laborers to ensure no one steals diamonds. The leader shouts that anyone who tries to steal a diamond will be killed. While Solomon is working, one laborer finds a small piece of diamond. Greed overtakes him, and instead of giving it to the leader, he hides it in his mouth. The leader notices this, calls the man forward, and demands the diamond. The laborer removes it from his mouth and hands it over, but the leader immediately shoots him dead. All the laborers are terrified, and Solomon witnesses everything. The scene cuts, and we are introduced to Danny, the main character, who arrives by helicopter near the terrorist group. He asks about Captain Zero and is taken at gunpoint to him. The captain gives Danny some diamonds and asks for weapons in return. Danny agrees. In reality, Danny is a smuggler who trades weapons for diamonds and has been doing this professionally for years, always evading the police. This time, Danny hides the diamonds inside the skin of a goat while crossing the border. However, the police stop him, search the goats, find the diamonds, and arrest him. Danny is sent to prison. Meanwhile, we return to the diamond mine where Solomon is still working. One day, Solomon finds an exceptionally large diamond. He is stunned by its size. He hesitates. Should he give it to the leader or not? He remembers how a man was killed for a much smaller diamond. Out of fear, he initially thinks of handing it over, but then realizes this diamond could change his life. At that moment, the water pump breaks, drawing everyone's attention away. Solomon takes advantage of the distraction and hides the large diamond between his toes. Realizing the danger, he pretends he needs to use the bathroom. Just as he is about to go, the leader stops him and searches him thoroughly, but finds nothing. Solomon goes away, hides in the bushes, and is about to bury the diamond when the leader suddenly appears behind him, points a gun at him, and demands the diamond. Before Solomon can hand it over, the country's army attacks the terrorists. The leader is badly injured. Solomon quickly hides the diamond in an armband and runs away, but the army mistakes him for a terrorist and arrests him. He is sent to the same prison where Danny is being held. Soon, guards bring in a badly injured man on a stretcher, the terrorist leader. Seeing Solomon, the leader shouts that Solomon stole his diamond and tells other prisoners that Solomon has an enormous diamond, offering $10,000 to anyone who retrieves it. Prisoners turn toward Solomon, but Solomon denies everything, strips his clothes to prove he has no diamond. This fools the prisoners, but not Danny. Danny realizes Solomon truly has a large diamond. After serving his sentence, Danny is released. He meets his friend and tells him about Solomon and the diamond. They plan to get Solomon out of prison. Danny uses a hidden diamond from a fake tooth to raise money and bribe officials to free Solomon. Danny has no sympathy for Solomon. He only wants the diamond. After his release, Solomon is given Danny's contact, but he ignores it and instead searches for his family. Danny, meanwhile, meets a reporter named Maddy at a bar. When Danny realizes she is a reporter, he tries to leave, but she already suspects him of diamond smuggling and starts investigating him, especially about a man named Rolex, America's biggest diamond businessman. Solomon searches refugee camps for his family but cannot find them. In reality, his family is hiding in a mountainous area where terrorists arrive again and kidnap several people, including Solomon's elder son. The terrorists take the children to their base, brainwash them, train them to kill, and inject them with drugs. Danny is later summoned by a brutal colonel for whom he once worked in a private army. The colonel knows about the large diamond and demands Danny bring it to him, reminding Danny that he owes him. Danny supplies weapons to terrorists, takes diamonds in return, gives them to the colonel, who then passes them to Rolex. This illegal business has cost countless innocent lives. Danny meets Solomon again and claims partial ownership of the diamond because he got Solomon out of jail. Solomon denies having any diamond. Danny tells him that only he can help reunite Solomon with his family, but only if Solomon tells him about the diamond. Before Solomon can decide, terrorists attack the refugee camp. Danny saves Solomon, and later they team up with the reporter. The reporter agrees to help find Solomon's family in exchange for information. She takes them to another refugee camp by helicopter, where Solomon reunites with his wife and younger children, but not his elder son, who was kidnapped. Heartbroken, Solomon finally agrees to tell Danny about the diamond on the condition that Danny helps rescue his son. They plan to involve the colonel's army. After a dangerous journey through the jungle, they encounter tribal people, befriend them, and rest. The reporter explains her mission to expose the truth behind blood diamonds. Danny becomes emotional and agrees to give her all the evidence against the colonel and Rolex. They reach the colonel's military camp. Danny refuses to immediately attack, suggesting a careful plan. Later, Danny gives the reporter a diary containing all details of Rolex's illegal diamond business and promises to contact her again. Danny and Solomon move toward the place where the diamond is buried. At night, they encounter a terrorist vehicle carrying armed children, among them Solomon's son. Solomon calls out, alerting the terrorists. They escape narrowly. The next morning, Danny scolds Solomon, but understands his pain. Later, Solomon insists on rescuing his son first, leading to a fight between him and Danny. Eventually, Danny understands Solomon's determination. They reach the terrorist base, and at night Solomon sneaks in to find his son. His son, fully brainwashed, does not recognize him and has Solomon captured. Danny contacts the colonel, who launches an attack. Amid chaos, Danny saves Solomon's son, Solomon kills the commander, and the army wipes out the terrorists. The colonel demands the diamond, agreeing to split it with Danny. Danny realizes the colonel plans to kill them afterward. Danny secretly tells Solomon the plan, distract the colonel while Danny shoots him. Solomon agrees. When Solomon digs up the diamond, Danny kills the colonel and his men, but is badly wounded. Solomon retrieves the diamond. Solomon's son nearly shoots Danny, but Solomon reminds him of his family, breaking the brainwashing. They escape. Danny, bleeding heavily, gives Solomon the diamond and tells him it is his son's future. He also gives Solomon the reporter's contact and warns him not to trust anyone. Danny stays behind, covering them, and is killed after making one final call to the reporter. Solomon and his son are rescued by helicopter. Later, Solomon reaches London and meets the reporter, who explains that Rolex is behind everything. Solomon confronts Rolex, trades the diamond for his family's safety, while the reporter secretly records everything. Using Danny's evidence, she exposes Rolex's illegal diamond business. The government arrests Rolex. In the end, Solomon attends an international conference where world leaders applaud him. He stands there, looking at Danny's photo in a magazine. The story ends. If you liked this video, please subscribe to the channel and like the video.